All right, I'm live and I am getting my. I am live and getting my camera ready. I am still an amateur. I all right. So I don't know who I got on right now, but I just wanted to start off real quick and talk about a few things. So as you all know, I'm a U.S. veteran. I served in the U.S. Army. I did some stints in the reserve component as well. And living abroad, I always feel the need to every once in a while, not too much, but every once in a while, bring up veteran specific issues. Now, this topic I'm going to talk about today is not necessarily for veterans, but I'm specifically targeting veterans right now because it's a specific group that I am in contact with a lot of veterans at this point of my time living here in the Dominican Republic. And with that said, I want to make sure that veterans are informed as much as possible on how to better enjoy their lifestyle living not only in the Dominican Republic, but also living abroad in general. Now, I it's come to my it's come to my attention that though as veterans we served in the military and we carry ourselves a particular way, generally speaking, with some sort of respect, discipline, and all of that. I feel like I don't want to say very often, but every once in a while, there's a vet that acts a fool, and makes us all look bad. And the reason for me making this video, I just wanted to just put it out there just for vets, and just basically don't forget their self-respect and professionalism and all those values that we all got from our time in the military. Don't forget all that in leaving the United States, because one should not do in another country what one would not do in the United States. And I'll go deeper as I get further with this live. So give me 1 second. This is only my second time using this thing here, and I still haven't managed to get this thing to work the way I wanted to in a timely manner. All right. Let's see here. All right, so it cannot find my camera, so whatever. I'm gonna keep going. So Here's a few things I'm gonna touch on real quick as I move forward with this. One thing is, look, I know living in the Dominican Republic specifically, or whether you're in Thailand or Brazil or the Philippines, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Jamaica, or out there in Europe and Spain and Portugal, or in one of the African countries. Look, I know it's very, very tempting to live every day like a tourist. But when you move to these countries, you are not a tourist. You are no longer a tourist. So therefore, you cannot act like a tourist. What I mean by that is, when you move to another country, you got to have some sort of routine. I know a lot of us are being veterans and having our time in the military, especially those who've done 20, 30 years. They have a routine and they're very disciplined. But don't lose that discipline when you move out of the country. It's very easy in many of these countries, very easy to become an alcoholic. Very easy. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the Dominican Republic. Here in DR, just about everyone drinks. Everyone. You know, grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, kids, teenagers, people in the church, people halfway in the church, politicians, policemen, lawyers, businessmen, professionals, cooks, drivers, taxi drivers. Just about all of them drink. Just about everyone drinks. And hey, even some people drink on the job. Yeah, you'll have your taxi driver with a beer in one hand and the steering wheel in the other hand, driving. I'm talking about, you want a beer? For real. That's how it works here. So it is really easy to become an alcoholic. So for a lot of you who don't have full-time jobs or part-time jobs, or don't have any sort of hobby here to keep you busy, it is very important that you have some sort of routine to attach to stay disciplined and prevent yourself from becoming an alcoholic. So I'll tell you this, you'll find that in a regular Dominican neighborhood, you'll have a colmado, which is like a neighborhood convenience store. It is normal for folks to be out there 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, noon, and to be sitting around in a circle drinking beer or drinking rum, whether it's Brugal or Barcelo, and just chatting, and do that for a few hours or into the evening. So think about it. If you ain't got no job, you ain't got nothing to do, it's pretty easy to fall into that routine. You know, maybe you'll start off on Friday or Saturday, go into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you'll end up doing it every day. So it's really easy to become an alcoholic. Just don't do it. Don't do it. You'll degrade your health. Not only that, it will just cause issues, and you know, you're most likely to become depressed and all this stuff. I mean, just don't do it. Don't do it. Have a routine and do not become an alcoholic. I'll even say this. If you are going to drink, even if you are do your best to drink. Keep it only for the weekends. Or for those of you who have a whiskey or a shot of rum every day in the evening, or beer every day in the evening. I get that. I don't do that personally, but I understand it, the routine. But have that routine and don't go beyond that and become an alcoholic, because you do not want to be an alcoholic in a foreign country. And it just smells problems. So I think that beat that topic up enough. The next thing I want to talk about is maintaining family ties. Look, it takes a certain kind of person to want to uproot their life in their home country to move to another country. Not everyone is capable of doing that. Not everyone is capable of taking that risk, moving to another country that maybe they do not know, or are not very familiar with, or don't speak the language, or first time being away from home for a long time, or away from kids, or you know, just getting away after a divorce, or etc. Look, but maintain those family ties, because it's really easy to move abroad and essentially become a loner and be forgotten at some level. Now, when you move abroad, it's not like you're running away from family or running away from problems, because I mean, problems, you got problems, they're gonna follow you wherever you go. I mean, that's just what it is. But you want to maintain those family ties. You want to make sure that uh, when you move abroad, you pick up the phone, call your kids every day, or at least every other day. Call your you got parents or got siblings, got some cousins. Call them a few times a week so that they know that you're still breathing, so that they know that you're doing all right. And also me maintaining those family ties. It keeps you grounded. It helps keep you grounded in your new place. So make sure you do that. Um, I know a lot of us, who are vets, who've been on deployments or been stationed in places far, far away. We've come accustomed to being alone, or being loners, or doing things on our own. Yeah, that's cool. It can provide some peace, but you still need to maintain those family ties. Even if you're building a family here, getting married here in your new country, having kids, making friends, extending your family, you still want to maintain those family ties in your home country, just so that folks know that you're doing all right, because people care about you. Whether you want to admit it or not, people do care about you. People do want to know how you're doing. So maintain those family ties. And I mean, I've said this time and time again. This next topic on moving abroad, and I mean, I'll probably beat this up on so many other videos I've done. Other folks I know in country, in DR or in other countries, have also done this. Um, there's quite a few vets out there. I want to shout them out in a bit, who are doing YouTube. But I'll shout them out in a bit, because they put out some good content. So if you like my content, or you somewhat like it, or you don't like it, I can recommend you to some other folks who have some good content, who are make videos about travel and living as an expat, but often cover those veteran specific issues. But let me keep going. So get your medical records in order and apply for VA benefits of all sorts. Look, a lot of people who move abroad, a lot of you are just retired. You got some sort of pension coming in, or if you don't have a pension, you have your VA compensation, or you're just working abroad, working from abroad, you got some sort of business or company you're working for, and you're doing your virtual thing. Cool, do that. But make sure you get your medical records in order, because even though you may have a civilian medical insurance while living abroad, whether it's international or specific to the country you're living in, or in addition to that, you may be maintaining your medical in your home country. Specifically for my people from the United States, my vets from the United States, you want to make sure you get your medical records in order, because you want to make sure all those service-connected issues are taken care of. And by doing that, you want to go and apply for the foreign medical program. That way, you can go to one of those third-party medical clinics in the country you're living in, and they will process the claims and everything for you, and you don't have to do anything. Also, you want to make sure you get your medical records in order, because the medical care system in the country you're living in may not be as good as the United States, or as good as Canada, or as good as some of these other countries you're coming from. So be sure you get your medical right. And I highly recommend have a credit card or a nice savings of at least a few thousand, just in case something happens. You got some a way of paying for a quick medical care. Because I tell you what, I can't speak for the Philippines and I can't speak for some of these other countries, but in DR, they will let you die in a hospital if you don't have any money to pay for it. They will let you die. So it's not like the US where, they'll take care of you for the most part and bill you later. Now in DR, they want the money up front. So make sure you have your medical records in order and apply for those VA benefits. And I'm not just talking about medical, getting your compensation, whether you're, 10% disability or 100% or more. I'm not talking about that. I mean, that's obvious. All of you should definitely be working on that. A lot of countries have U.S. veteran groups that can specifically assist you with that. So definitely apply for the VA medical benefits. But I'm talking about other benefits that are out there, whether it's health insurance, the VGLI, or whether maybe the GI Bill. If you're retired and you're not doing nothing, you got 5Gs coming in a month, or 4Gs, or 3Gs, or 6Gs, or 10Gs, whatever your level is. You have all that money coming in a month, and you ain't doing nothing. You just sitting on your butt, I don't know, watching Netflix, or just acting as a beach bum, or hanging out drinking or whatever. Look, you need to find some way to occupy your mind and better yourself and better your experience. So one thing you can always do is take advantage of that GI Bill if you haven't already done so. The GI Bill is there for you to use. Go online and go take some classes online and get paid while you're taking classes. I mean, if you're unfamiliar with the program, hell, if you're going to school full time online, you can get up to $1,000 a month just for going to school. Just for going to school with the GI Bill. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of that if you haven't already done so. And there's plenty other VA benefits as well. They have the RE. They also have some other benefits out there. Just look at as a veteran, U.S. veteran, because they're out there. And instead of doing nothing, take advantage of it. One thing I want to say is, look, I come across a lot of veterans, and I'm in different chat groups, and I talk to a lot of folks. And one thing someone told me is, look, man, chill out on all the military stories. I mean, it wasn't directed at me, but it was directed in general because a lot of folks, when they get together, U.S. vets, they connect, and they start talking about stories. You know, where you serve, what branch, blah, all this stuff, which is cool, right? You never talk for hours, right? But many vets like to hear those old military stories and share that experience. But most non-veterans, they don't give a damn about that stuff. They don't want to hear that stuff. So just keep that in mind. You know, uh, for most of our professional careers, most of us have been around military folks, right? But living abroad, not so much. So just chill out, be normal. You don't have to, you know, share those war stories or stories about your old first sergeant and platoon sergeant and commander and I did this and he did that and all this stuff. I mean, some stories I definitely want to hear them as me as a veteran for the most part, but most of the non-veterans don't want to hear that stuff. One other thing I want to bring up, and this is before I get to the last topic, is look, when you live in another country, you represent the country you're from. I don't care how you want to spin it. I don't care about, hey, I don't care. I'm just doing me. No, you represent the country you are coming from. And I'm going to be honest. If you are white, you represent white people. If you are black, you represent black people. If you are Asian, you represent Asian people. So, and in DR, they do not make a difference between Chinese or Japanese or Filipino. Everything is Shino to them. And you represent all of them, right? And on top of that, you represent everyone from your country when you are abroad. So it's important to conduct yourself with respect. Conduct yourself in a positive manner. It was about I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. There was a story of this U.S. vet. He was retired military, and I don't know if he was living in DR or just visiting DR, but he was in Sosua, and he ended up kicking it with this girl in Sosua, and he ended up killing the girl. And the girl was Dominican. He ended up killing the girl. And I guess the building he was staying at had cameras. So it had a camera of him picking up the girl and walking out of the building with the girl in his hand, in his arms, and her body was limp. And he went, I guess, somewhere to dump the body or something. So he killed the girl. So the report said that there was some sort of argument, or whatever. It was his girlfriend too. They had been seeing each other for a while, so there was some sort of argument or something that was said, and he did that. So the police, no, not the police, picked him up very quickly, and of course the press was everywhere. The cameras from the news stations were everywhere. And look, man, I mean, they had the guy on camera, so the guy, all signs pointed at him doing this. I mean, it didn't show him actually in the process of taking her life, but I mean, it showed him her being alive, going into the apartment in the building, and her not being alive coming out. So all signs pointing to him as being killer, and I mean he was on camera pleading for his life, you know, in English, and look, man, it just looked bad. Now I don't want to just say that he did it, but all signs look like he did it based on the video. I should say that. So why do I bring this up? I bring this up because you represent, if you're from the U.S., you represent the U.S. in whichever country you go to. And if you are a U.S. military veteran, you represent the U.S. military in whatever country you go to. Not just in the U.S., but in any country you go to. So conduct yourself with respect. Conduct yourself with respect. Remember your military bearing. And don't act a fool. Because believe it or not, the U.S. military and many countries bring a lot of respect. The U.S. military brings a lot of respect. If you talk to specifically here in DR, if you talk amongst the police or the military, and they know that you're military, and you know they know that you're U.S. military, it brings a lot of respect. A lot of respect. So just know that. And a lot of these other countries is the same way. It brings a lot of respect. So conduct yourself with respect. Don't be that person who, you know, who's always drunk and acting belligerent and just acting a fool and just embarrassing yourself and embarrassing your fellow countrymen. Because if you talk to Dominicans, and if they see someone from the U.S. acting a certain way, they're gonna paint the picture of all. That's just how they are. All of them are like that. Yeah, you get painted with that brush. Uh, and honestly, that does have a lot of influence on the way business is conducted in country. If you have habitual incidents with certain people, the country will change its laws and target particular groups. Just so you know, I know a lot of folks say that you're from the U.S., you're going to another country, especially a poor country, you're bringing a lot of money, you're stimulating the economy and all this stuff. Yeah, but if they don't like you, if they don't like a lot of people that comes from your country, and if a lot of people have uh, misrepresented the country, they will take action. A lot of folks who live in specifically in the North Coast, they know exactly what I'm talking about without me having to go in detail. So yeah. So basically, I just want to do this quick video on being an expat and a veteran living abroad. And I want to shout out a few folks that are expats and also veterans that got YouTube channels that I follow. I really like Sunshine Shoulders out there, and in the Philippines. He has a lot of good content. A lot of good content, and I'll type it in here. So if anyone wants to get some good content, he often touches on veteran stuff. I think he's retired. I want to say Air Force or Marines. I don't know, but yeah. Another guy that has some good content is I always bring up my buddy Q, United Snakes of America. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the United Snakes of America. It's three Ks in there, but he has a lot of veteran centered content, and he lives here in DR. Um, uh, there's some other guys too, but I can be all day typing. Everyone knows here in DR TaylorMade. Um, yeah, but the reason I do this is because a lot of veterans have some good, who are expats, have some good content out there, and sometimes us as veterans, we look for that veteran specific content. So that's why every once in a while I want to do these veteran specific videos so that you know veterans can get those can get that content. But that's basically it. I just want to do a quick video on that. If you got any questions, make a comment. If you have any uh, uh, comments whatsoever, please make a comment. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, dame gusta. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any recommendations of any topics that you would like for me to cover, let me know. You can write it in the comments, shoot me an email, or hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. And that's all I got. So thank you for tuning in with Profe Gayu. And I'll be making a new video for you all soon. Peace.